What's going on, George Mason University? Welcome inside to the last episode this semester of the Pressbox. I am Vandy Bernard.
I'm Perry Buckley.
I'm Lindsay Hokinson.
I'm DeMonte Shaw.
Gotta be special. It has to be special. We thank you for joining us inside for our last time this semester, and we're gonna switch things up. We're gonna have fun. We've always had fun, but we're gonna switch things up a little differently. Bring you some different questions in the world of sports. First one, you can start your back alley starting five from any sport, past or present. Who would your starting five be? Or we just go ahead and throw out some names, people that you want in the dark alley to protect you.
My first choice is Ray Lewis, hands down, easily. I mean, he's got some jail time under his belt.
And so you have any weapons with him?
And, if you take the brace off and both arms are fully functional, I think he has biceps the size of my body. So
True.
I'm standing behind him, act like an offensive lineman.
Let him go. Let him do his thing.
It's my first round draft
I'm
pick.
going to stay, with football on the defensive side of the ball. Ndamukong Suh.
Oh yeah, that can't stop on
Yeah,
there.
he does it on the field. So I don't think he would have any problem doing it.
Nah, not at all.
In the dark alley. He'd be a good person to have on your team.
It's true.
I'm gonna go Meta World Peace. Don't let the name fool
No,
you.
Ron Artest.
Ron Artest. I'm gonna call you by the name that your mama gave you. He's got some deadly elbows, let me tell you. Just ask James Harden. So I would take him. He's not afraid of anyone. He's got a few things.
Look at his elbows, too. He can throw some fists. Running up into the stands.
That's right.
Yeah.
He'll punch anybody.
You sure you want him on your side?
Yeah, I'll just keep him happy, pass him the ball. Otherwise, he might turn on me.
Yeah, I was about to say, you don't want him turning back on you. So.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess one of my guys, I have to go a little old school, go Charles Oakley. That dude was rugged back in the day. I think
That's a good one.
I'll pick Oakley to have my back. If he's on your side, he's gonna go back for you, even if it means taking a bullet. I don't know. He's gonna go back for you. So I'll take Charles Oakley. Any other names wanna throw out there? I'm gonna say Shaq because he's big.
I mean, going off of yours, I could say Steven Jackson. Because he was in that fight.
Malice at the Palace.
Yeah, he was involved with that fight as well.
Take the whole
he's always
Pacers.
been,
Pistons
a
units.
bruiser.
Yeah. Plexico Burress. Oh, we play man down because he shoot himself.
Wow.
Ouch. Low.
Sorry, blacks.
Maybe he's learned. Maybe they taught him in prison. Hey, bro, up.
Don't put him in sweatpants.
Think he's learned his lesson now.
Sticking with crazies, though, Dennis Rodman would...
Oh, that's a good one.
Even though he's become somewhat of a U.S. ambassador as of late, I still think he's got a little...
You'd have to wait for him to take out all his jewelry.
Yeah.
Then the fight might be over. He might be done already.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's an interesting one.
I think Zebo would be a good one. Zach Randolph.
Yes.
He's been beaten up on Blake Griffin in this series going on.
Yeah.
I think...
Poor Blake.
Oh, no. You ever seen the things that Blake Griffin can do when he works out? That man is a freak of nature. I would not be.
Yeah, but you put him in the paint with Marc Gasol and Zach Randolph. He's getting pushed around like a little boy.
He's looking to the refs for help. He's like, handle your own. I don't know.
I mean, he is a physical specimen that can jump out the gym, but I don't know. He's just physicality-wise, he doesn't have his post moves down.
He has that killer instinct.
Yeah.
He'll get it.
Speaking of killer instincts, Russell Westbrook might be another guy you might want to have with you. Doesn't necessarily have the size, but has an incredible motor. And it's just if he has something that he wants to do, he's got somebody in the dark alley he wants to beat up, he's gonna do it.
Take you out.
There's nothing's gonna stop him from doing that.
Here's one you might not expect: Andre Johnson. Did you guys see that
fight
with Cortland Finnegan? Oh my God, he gave him the works. I didn't know he had it in him. He's such a quiet guy, but Cortland really got under his skin. So the helmet came off. He was well on that.
That's true. That's a good one.
I like his hands.
The big guy.
Yeah. Take Kevin Garnett. Take him with you.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah, back in the day.
I don't even know about then.
Maybe Melo. See me at the buses, he acts like he has a little bit of thug in him. So I don't know.
Yeah, true.
Those guys from the inner city.
Yeah.
You never know. The Allen Iversons. They might have your back.
The Detroit Pistons team.
The Bad Boys.
You can take anyone off
Bad
that
Boys.
team.
Isaiah.
Isaiah Thomas. I mean, you already
Bill
mentioned
Lanier.
Rodman,
Yeah.
but anyone off that team.
Mm-hmm. True.
Yeah, I would take little Nate Robinson.
Yep.
Mighty Mouse. He jacked C.J. Watson up in that last playoff game.
Threw him on the table.
Get on the table.
Oh, man.
He got a lot of muscle.
All right, let's transition over to our next question. If you could witness any player or performance from the last 5 years, last year, back in the day, 20 years ago, what would that player or performance be? It could be any player, any performance, any sport. What would that performance or player be that you would witness?
I'll go with mine first. 2005 BCS National Championship game. Vince Young, I'll never forget that performance. If I would have been able to witness that live, I think I don't know what I would have done. They played USC. USC had a heck of a year that year. Vince Young obviously had a great year as well, and then he just put it all together in the national championship game. Unfortunately, hasn't done much since, but
Yeah. Too bad. Let's see. Mine would be Barry Sanders. He was so elusive and just, and I'll take him either at the NFL level or his college days, because I feel he makes guys look silly in the NFL. So I can imagine what he was doing to those college boys. So Barry Sanders, I know, would just be amazing to watch.
As for a player, I would love to see Michael Jordan play.
yeah.
I feel like there's no athlete that in the sport that they've played, there's arguably some other athletes, but like has elevated the game so much as he has done with basketball.
Yeah.
And has dominated it and still is such an iconic figure. As for like an individual event, that is, like, I would love to see any of Michael's events, but I would love to watch him as a player. But I would like to see Wilt Chamberlain scoring 100 points. Yeah. That's something that record will never be broken. I don't think it'll ever be broken.
It's stood for all this time now. I think that's one that he has on lock.
Yeah. Well, see, I had a different one in mind beforehand, but
tell them both.
Okay. Well, beforehand, I had said the '90s, just era of basketball, '80s, '90s. Like, I feel like that's where all the greats came from. The whole Dream Team out of that, and like watching all those Dream Team documentaries, it just makes me feel like, I don't know if you guys remember that old story, like Maneva Cheever, wish he was in a different decade or whatever. Like, watching those documentaries, I'm just like, I wish I lived back then. Like, basketball was so exciting. Like, they let guys play.
Yeah.
And there was, like, real rivalries. Like, I don't mind the buddy-buddy-ness now, but, like, I feel like there are no legitimate rivalries anymore like that, where it's, like, pure hatred. Like, Jordan and the Pistons and Miller and the Knicks. Like,
Lakers, Celtics.
Yeah.
Well, you had loyalty to your teams back then.
Yeah.
Now I feel like players don't have
guys
any loyalty
shuffling
to their
around.
teams.
Like,
Yeah.
you'll go to your rival
that.
like nothing.
They're just trying to win championships. Yeah, right. Exactly.
But yeah, but then the one that just popped in my head was Mike Vick back in his Tech days. What he did there was incredible. Like, it's easy to forget because, you know, everything that's transpired over the last few years. But I mean,
Chip Kelly's offense. You just
come on now.
You see.
you
Kelly's
might
offense.
see a little resurgence of the hokey Vic. I mean, minus some speed. You know, he's a little up in age,
I just saw that old Nike commercial, the Michael Vick experience. You remember that commercial? The guy gets strapped in and he's just like, and they spin him around and stuff.
Yeah.
And those are the days that I miss. But I got another one too, actually. The Women's World Cup when the U.S. played Brazil and Abby Wambach scored the header. Really late to tie it. I would have done anything to be at that game, and it slipped my mind. But one of the few sporting events and few things in my life that made me cry. And it was that. It was really, really incredible, for sure.
That's a good moment. That's a good moment. Let's see. I mean, we could go on countless amount of times doing this. But I guess one of, besides Jordan, I mean, I guess seeing Oscar Robertson. I know he might not be a well-known player right now, but back in the day, the Big O. I mean, see when he played with Lou Alcindor at the time. Changed his name to Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I got you. But just seeing him play, I think would have been amazing to watch.
Yeah.
We got any other ones you want to throw out there? Want to wrap that one up right now?
I had one on my mind. It's slipping.
Dr. J.
Yes.
My professor actually, like,
the 80s Sixers team.
He recommended that I watch this video. It was actually about Bill Walton being like the greatest center, and I laughed at that. But like, they were showing the Blazers playing against the Sixers in the finals, and I was like, this is supposed to be like highlighting the Blazers and Bill Walton, but I was just watching Dr. J. Like, he was like, it's incredible. Like, he was like Vince Carter before Vince Carter. Like, that man was flying. Like, fast breaks, he was the fast break. Like, his teammates don't even have to run with him. Like, he's gonna cut through the defense and slam it every time. Like,
yeah.
I guess I never really watched him play before until that video, and I'm just like, man, I'd like to see his performances.
There's actually a documentary coming out this summer.
Oh, that's right.
On Dr. J.
Yeah.
So tune into ESPN. Try to check that out.
Yeah, plug you in there.
All right, let's move on to the next one. Start some of the best trash talkers of all time, all sports. Best trash talkers. And we know there are a lot of guys that can get under your skin and just know how to push those buttons. And so, who the best trash talkers?
You gotta go Reggie Miller, right?
Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
Who caused more fights than Reggie Miller?
Yes.
And who acted more innocent? Who could pull it off better than him?
Yeah.
You just walk away like a little saint. And I think that's what made it best, is that he would incite and then he would just walk away. And, you know, a lot of guys will talk trash, and they end up starting a fight and fighting, but he just start it and walk away. And and the thing is he was clever about it too. He was real slick, and man, players hated him.
Oh yeah.
Even to this day, I feel that people have a positive attitude overall of Reggie Miller.
Yeah.
And when on the court, you know, he was a little bully.
Yeah.
He was.
And he was nothing but nice and positive. So
I know Spike Lee, like little Spike Lee. Come on now, Reggie. Come on, Reggie.
Had a little something for him. Yeah.
His wife present.
Disrespectful. See,
KG's another good one.
Yeah. Yep. Garnett.
KG is definitely a great trash talker. He's
sure,
the kind of guy that people love to be on his team, but people hate to play against him.
I mean, because he'll talk to you, he'll talk to himself, talk to the post. So I mean,
he'll do anything for you if you're a teammate of his.
Yeah, he's one guy you'll never have mic'd up because his
every
mouth.
other word would be blanked out.
Whole time on the court, he's going at it. There's no safe word that comes out of his mouth. So.
Nope.
But I was thinking Jordan. Thinking about some of his greatest moments in history, like the blindfolded free throw.
Yeah.
He's like, Mutombo, this is for you, and he covers his eyes and just I don't know. They show a lot of like the locker room talk, like All-Star games and stuff, and how he's just like trash talking like all the guys, like I'm gonna get a dunk on you, and then he goes out and he dunks on E-Wing. He's like, I told you I was gonna get you, and he like stares him down like. He's a pretty good trash talker.
Yeah. Because he can actually back it up.
Yeah.
You know, another one I don't think a lot of people know about, Lance Armstrong actually is a pretty serious trash talker. And random because they're going 80 miles an hour, flying down mountains, but he talked a lot of smack in his day, you know, when he was doing all the dope and stuff. I'm sure it was just roid rage, just a lot of roid rage, but roids and road rage, the two of them together. But yeah, he talks some pretty good trash too. Kind of a jerk. So I think, you know, Jordan, you figure he's seems like a pretty nice guy in general. And Reggie Miller is the same kind of thing. Like, you know, you talk to him, he's so soft-spoken and things like that. Exactly. But, you know, and then on the court, it's kind of an opposite story. But Lance Armstrong is just kind of a not nice guy all around.
Yeah. And then another one I had just came to mind, Terrell Owens, T.O.
Oh.
I love me some meat.
Get your popcorn ready. I mean, talk about talking trash. I mean, having him mic'd up you don't hear it. There's nothing that doesn't come out of his mouth that he's not just trashing the other team or just trashing somebody or talking about somebody. I mean, he's still trying to get a job. Good luck with that in your future. Never is real big.
Can't bring him up.
I think Michael Strahan was a pretty good trash talker back in his day too. Yeah. And, you know, the nice thing about being a lineman and being a trash talker is every single play you get to get back down in your three-point stance and just jaw at the guy.
Yep, exactly.
So, and Strahan, another guy who could back it up. But I'm sure he got plenty of it reciprocated.
Oh,
so.
Yeah, I can imagine. Any other trash talkers we come up off on the top of our head?
Cortland Finnegan. I mentioned him earlier, but
he gets
it wasn't just Andre Johnson. Like, any receiver he's on, like, they're going at it all game. He's just like, this is funny. Like, this is the second game I've seen a receiver, like, trying to take shots at this guy. Oh, it's the third game. This is the fourth. It must be this guy. Like, what is he saying to them?
Yeah.
And then getting poor little soft-spoken Andre Johnson all riled up. Had to be. He's got to be a pretty good trash talker.
Revis talks pretty good smack,
I was just going to say that.
Yeah.
I think from what I've seen, I think he talks a pretty good game.
Yeah.
Going along with that, Asante Samuel.
Just cornerbacks in general. Because Richard Sherman.
Richard Sherman,
D'Angelo Hall, like,
prime time, Deion Sanders. He'll back it up though. There ain't nothing you can do about that.
I think it just comes with the position.
You have to have that certain level of swag and confidence.
That mentality too. Yeah.
Yep. I mean, even when Sherman got beat by Roddy White in that playoff game, he still came back and just kept talking. So you just have to, it's that mentality you just have to keep having.
Keep yourself going.
Yeah.
How about, oh my goodness, Muhammad Ali?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh, how do we forget that?
Yeah,
How did I
forget?
I don't know how we got that far along.
Yeah.
Because he could talk, he could out-talk anyone. And
Oh, yeah.
he would just go off on rants and just go and go and go. And just like, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson.
Yeah,
Tyson.
I was going to mention him next as well. Yeah. But again, I feel like it comes with the territory. If you're in that sport, you have to have that mentality, and you have to.
Floyd Money Mayweather.
Yeah.
He talks.
Gosh, you just
Talks mad trash. And talk trash to Pacquiao, but you won't fight him. Yeah, I said it. I said, don't fight me, don't fight me. But anyways, let's move on to our next one. If what athletes would transition over into the NFL? Well, which athletes would translate into pro football? It's the gridiron.
well, LeBron, obviously, they had the commercial, and obviously he'd make a pretty good football player. I feel like any position, maybe not quarterback. I haven't seen his arm like that or accuracy, but he could probably play running back, tight end, receiver. He's got the speed and size. He could do it all.
I don't know if you guys ever watched Barcelona play, but I think Messi would make a pretty elusive running back. You ever seen him move around defenders? They blink and he's gone. So I think he'd be. You get him in behind somebody like an Orr, you won't even find him. You'll never find him until he's in the end zone. So quick feet like that, I'd take Messi in my backfield.
Yeah, that's a good one.
I would say Tony Allen as a cornerback. I mean, he's
all
defensive team. Where he's tremendous perimeter defender. I think he'd make a pretty good lockdown, cornerback.
Yeah. Kevin Durant at wide receiver.
I don't know. Both him at the line.
Might need to hit the weight room. You got the height and the arm wingspan, but you might need to hit the weight room for that.
I don't want to eat his Wheaties.
I don't want to see him go across the middle. That might. Taking a hit from Ray Lewis when he was still playing or something like that.
From a safety of Russell Westbrook.
Oh man.
What about Dwight? Think Dwight can make it in the NFL?
Nah.
Maybe tight end.
Nah, I couldn't see it. I mean, he
this year he seems so soft.
Yeah.
No, I don't think he could. Going off of a couple years ago, we'd all be like, he might be the first person we pick over LeBron.
Yeah. I mean, he's so tough. I mean, we forget that. I mean, because of the season, he's an athletic freak of nature as well. I mean, just for his size. I mean, the way he can get up for his frame and just the size that he is. So, I mean, like you said, probably if it was a couple years ago, we'd probably all be saying, yeah. I'll probably say, yeah, if it was a couple years ago. And now, I guess it's just the way things have worked out from Orlando to L.A. and it's how his mindset is. Just don't think he can make it in NFL.
Usain Bolt, wide receiver. Go!
Locked it up there.
Yeah. Just Hail Mary every time. They'd probably be playing 5 safeties.
Yeah. Maybe even him on the basketball court too. Usain Bolt. I mean,
Steve Nash is the punter.
Let's have some soccer skills.
It's a dark horse pick.
I think Bryce Harper.
I was actually thinking him too.
Might be a good pick because he's another physical specimen and extremely hard worker.
Yeah.
And he's really
competitor.
Yeah, and built really well. I think he would be able to hang in there with those guys.
Yeah.
The guy that charged Greinke, what's his name?
Carlos Quentin.
Put him at fullback.
Oh man. All right, let's see. What else let's see what about athletes that transition over to the diamond playing baseball? I think that's a little tougher. I mean, baseball it's a tough sport. I mean, all them sports are tough, but
Kobe following in the footsteps of Michael Jordan, giving it a swing.
I see what you did there.
I think I'd take Tim Howard from the men's national soccer team as a shortstop. Up, down, throw. I think goalkeeper can handle that position. I think better than a lot of athletes could. So I think the movements that he's trained in, dive to side, jump up. I think that's a good shortstop training. The best there probably is outside of baseball.
I think like either like a Darrelle Revis. Because basically, I feel that you could pick any really good safety or like DB and put them in the outfield. Like so, Darrelle Revis, playing out, or Brian Dawkins playing over the center. Calvin Johnson playing center field.
Yeah. So D Wade.
You'd have to hit it. You'd have to hit it 10 feet over the wall, because if you didn't, he'd climb up and snag it.
Yep. Might not be a bad guy to have on your team. Tim Tebow playing baseball.
Yeah.
Maybe you should give it a shot.
It might, yeah. Better than the NFL.
Yeah, as it does so well right now.
Jets, man.
Maybe they'll come up with a wildcat in baseball defense.
Tebow. But
that's my favorite quarterback. Stop that.
All right, T.O.
Yeah. Speaking of T.O., your Cowboys, how they looking this year?
He's got a climb. You know what? We had a great pick, the nice lineman with the 31st pick.
Your center?
He's gonna be a game changer.
Oh, really?
We're going to the Super Bowl.
That's what y'all say every year, right? Yeah. How long you got Romo locked up for?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how long?
Not till he's gone. Not till he's gone.
That's bound to happen.
6 years for Romo.
Hey,
so.
we're going to continue to pay his contract. The Eagles will continue to pay Romo to stay with Dallas so that we continue to at least have somebody to beat in the NFC.
And our skins will love it. Y'all keep doing what y'all doing.
Yep.
Jerry Jones keeps running things.
Is RG3 going to be able to come back, though? RG3 going to be able to come back.
Hey! They're good on the skins. RG3, you're gonna come back stronger than ever,
He's
baby.
gonna be on Dancing
We're gonna
with the
take the
Stars
division
before he
again.
gets back on the field.
Oh, that's
Thank you, Leg.
Okay. And I'm not even gonna sponsor that. Don't worry, Matt. We're not even gonna sponsor that. We're not gonna sponsor that at all. We're gonna come back. We're gonna win the division. RG3 is gonna do his thing. I'm not even gonna talk about it.
Did you see his quote recently? Actually, I believe it came out today. He quoted saying that, I don't know the exact quote, but he said that basically if he would go back in time, that he wouldn't play in that game.
Yeah.
And that he would only play unless he was 100% healthy.
Yeah. He said he's
Hindsight's
from
2020.
It is.
Hindsight
He
is
said he
2020.
learned from some mistakes.
Obviously, young kid trying to put the team on his back, put the city on his back.
And as he said, he thought at that moment that he was a beast, that he was invincible, that he was a warrior. And he
had the Superman socks.
Apparently they don't work out
Yeah,
too
they
well.
didn't cover up his knees.
Yeah. I mean,
be back. Matt, come up. Rep that RG3 jersey. Come on screen real quick. Hurry back. Come on. Rep that jersey.
RG3!
Yeah, we'll be back, Mason fans, in a few minutes just to wrap things up and have a few more questions. Don't go anywhere. Keep it locked right inside the press box. Welcome back, George Mason University. Inside the press box. As you can see, we're having a good time. We hope you are too. Welcome back. All right, well, our next question is, if you can play for any coach, any sport, who would that coach be? Say, Mike Rice. Oh, shoot. All right, now. Not Mike Rice. Never mind. I'm sorry.
No.
Definitely not going to say Bob Knight, and then there's going to be chairs flying in here.
Yeah, no Bob Knight. No Bob Knight. All right.
No, Matt.
That's a good one.
Phil Jackson.
The Zen Master.
All he does is win.
Yeah.
Coach some of the greats.
Yeah.
If he can coach them, he can coach me.
What am I guys doing?
Now.
That was implied. No comment.
It might be the one thing that brings him down. He'd actually start taking his rings off.
Ouch.
I'll bring you a championship, Phil. Pick me up.
In what sport?
I play for Charlotte.
Pelicans.
I'm gonna say Mike Tomlin. I feel he's a really good coach, a really good players coach, leader of men. And these guys want to play for him. You just talk about, you can see all the guys on the Steelers and from around the league that just speak so highly of Mike Tomlin. So I would say that he would be a good guy you want to play for. You just want to go to battle for, go to war for.
I'm going to have to say Tony Dunn.
Ah, you stole mine!
Yeah,
I'm kidding.
He's,
I was going to go with that.
Yeah. Every time I see that guy, I think, like, man, I could be his best friend, so he's been through a lot, and I don't know, he's got a really strong faith. I just think he'd be a really cool guy to rally behind.
Yeah.
Well, being that he took him, after everything that happened in New Orleans, I I'm a huge fan of Sean Payton. I think Sean Payton would be a cool guy to nice again players coach.
Get some extra incentives in your contract.
Like I said, before all that happened.
Oh man, we're now with the back to
but
that.
now he's done his time. He was suspended for the year, so he'll be back and see what he does this year.
Yeah. Coach Jerry Jones. Oh wait, he's not the coach. Someone tell him that.
Wow. So he took a shot at his own Cowboys. We have to do it. We have to do it. That's coming from a Cowboys fan.
I can switch it up. Coach Shanahan, run me into the ground.
Don't talk about it.
Just kidding. Shots fired.
I like to play for Jason Garrett because I can just run the team myself. He ain't gonna take control over me.
True.
I digress.
I can't argue that.
What about Mark Jackson?
Yeah.
Reverend Mark Jackson.
Mark.
I mean, that guy, that guy's a leader of men.
Yeah.
He's got the young warriors just balling. He's definitely a guy I would love to play for.
Yeah, I like his old school mentality in a new school game. Translates well.
Yeah. Let's see. A few past coaches. I'd probably have to go with Bill Walsh. From Niners.
Bill Belichick.
Yeah, Bill Belichick.
They get it done every year.
Yeah. And just
I
winners.
don't know. I don't think I want to play for Belichick.
I mean, if you want to, he's not a player's coach, but if you want to win and get stuff done, they know what they're doing up there in New England.
Yeah.
John Madden, just because I'd love to hear him talk.
Boom! Tough acting, connected.
I think either the Harbaugh brothers, I wouldn't mind being coached by.
Yeah.
Seem like good guys and invested in their players. You see the best of coaches when they win, but you also see their character when they lose.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Jim showed that he's the type of guy that I'd like to play for.
Definitely.
This is me playing football and being a guy and changing sports.
I think going off of baseball, either Ron Washington of the Texas Rangers or Tony La Russa, the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
They both have great clubs to play for, and Ron Washington more of a player's coach than La Russa is, but both of those guys have great command of their team, and I'd like to get to know them pretty well.
Yeah. Speaking of baseball, Joe Torre. I mean, speaking about Phil Jackson being a winner, Joe Torre is a winner. It'd be a good way to go. I mean, any guys can win almost, for the most part. Yeah, wouldn't mind playing for them.
I'd go Papa Bradley, the U.S. soccer men's coach. Seems like a really nice guy.
Yeah, he does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Pete Carroll. For that college
That's
style,
what I was trying to think of.
enthusiasm.
Yeah, that's Pete Carroll.
Rah-rah style.
Yeah. He'd be right along jumping with you.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know how old he is, but he's up there.
Yeah.
Pushing 60s, if not 60, and jumping up and down, acting like he's one of the, like he's back in the 20s, and
But he still has the respect at the same time.
Yeah.
Any coach that can jump up and do a shoulder bump at that age.
Oh yeah, that's
Please.
Yeah!
Pat Riley, maybe.
That would be a good one.
Another good coach.
Yeah.
He was in a documentary that I watched recently, and just hearing him talk, he's a good guy.
Mm-hmm.
A winner too.
Yeah. I think, again, before everything happened, but Joe Paterno at Penn State would be a pretty cool guy to
Man,
to get
good
coached
winners. No, just
Yeah.
kidding.
Before.
Harry believes in second
He
chance.
wasn't. That's why I'm here, right? No. Let's start from the bottom.
Stan Van Gundy.
Dwight, get the ball! You're killing me!
Doc Rivers.
Dwight and I have a good relationship. Doc Rivers, that's a good one. Doc Rivers.
Doc is a good one.
He's a well-respected guy.
Oh yeah.
Anybody in the league.
George Karl.
Yeah.
Yes.
He's a fighter. I like Survivor.
I mean, if you can get JaVale McGee somewhat under control, which
Yeah.
could he do in Washington?
Tragic Brunson.
You know he did something right. All right, this
We named a lot of coaches.
we just threw a line. We're gonna transition off of that one because I feel we can go on all day. But this year so far, 2013, has had a lot of big sports moments. plenty from all sports. What are some of the moments that stood out to us from this year?
Well, one of my absolute favorite was DeAndre Jordan dunking on Brandon Knight.
That was a good one. I agree.
Yeah.
That was very good.
Yeah.
That was. How about LeBron's on Jason Terry?
Rest in peace.
That one as well.
Rest in peace.
Poor little Tink Tink.
Once that guy tries to crawl off, not be noticed on camera.
You
You're doing well.
it.
You're doing well. You're all right. You're all right.
How about
Wormy.
Chicago Blackhawks streak?
Yeah.
That one, and also the Penguins went on a streak right after that.
They did.
Yeah.
The point streak for the Blackhawks, and then the win streak for the Penguins. They were pretty remarkable.
A lot of streaks.
And speaking of streaks, the Heat's 27-game win streak. That's, I mean, we thought that they'll probably take down the Lakers streak from back in the 70s.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's unprecedented to win 27 straight games in any sport, especially in this day. I mean, just right now. So I mean, I think that's impressive, and that's probably a feat that's probably not even going to be matched anytime soon.
The question is, can they win the big one? That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
All that matters.
You think they can keep this up?
I'm gonna have to go with the Super Bowl for sure. I think my favorite part of the whole thing was the end. I don't know which player it was making snow angels and the confetti.
Yeah.
Like what? That's the most awesome moment ever. Like forget the trophy, forget everything else. Like all that confetti. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
And I'm sure the lights are probably going back out again. So maybe just like another little party. So I mean, you don't want anything else for a guy like Ray Lewis to go out like that. But
Exactly.
the celebration was incredibly epic. So
Yeah.
Going off of that, the playoff win for Baltimore in Baltimore.
oh,
When Ray Lewis came out at the end of the game and did his
On
little
offense.
dance.
Yeah.
On offense.
Yeah.
They put him
They were
in.
just down the
Yeah.
ball, and he came out and did his little dance at the end and got the stands going, man.
yeah,
That stadium was rocking.
and then the win against the Broncos, just the playoff run in general.
the whole run. You're right.
Oh my gosh,
All
the way
man!
through.
Just moment after moment
Yeah.
after moment. I mean, you knew once they beat the Broncos, there's no way the Patriots could stop them.
Yeah.
And then only the lights going out really stalled them from blowing out the 49ers.
Yeah.
So
And for him to perform that well at that age, being at his last season.
Yeah.
With an
Wow.
arm.
Really. I think he had 53 total tackles in the playoffs.
Exactly.
in the playoffs,
Ridiculous.
more than
led the
most
team.
linebackers in the league probably all season.
Yeah.
So.
Really.
Yeah, he was averaging like 14 tackles a game.
Yeah.
I mean, that's unreal. And people kept running at him. Why are you still gonna run at him? I don't understand.
Yeah.
Why you gotta do that?
What? What are you talking about?
Yeah, that's right.
I don't know.
Ray Lewis did his thing. All right, stop hating.
He
Stop
did
hating.
do his thing.
All right.
Well, I guess we could mention the Louisville NCAA run, especially after Kevin Ware's injury.
Yeah.
That was
Gruesome.
gruesome, and just seeing them rally around, and then seeing our boy Luke Hancock put in work,
Yes, sir. Shout out to
Mason's
Luke.
finest, Luke.
Yeah. And I mean, you see just how amazing sports is. Talk about the 7-year-old kid, Jack, that has cancer and has scored a 67-yard touchdown run for Nebraska during their spring practice, and just how great of a moment that was.
Yeah.
And how sports brings people together, and mention everything that happened after the Boston bombings and the singing of the national anthem at the Bruins game, of everybody in the stands and the crowd just serenading together. This is awesome moments that sports brings you together, and moments like that makes you love sports and makes us love talking about sports and bringing it to you. But it's been a wonderful semester, our first semester here on the Pressbox. Sad to, unfortunately, we have to go. We have to step away for the summer, rejuvenate. We'll be back. We ain't going nowhere. We're coming back next semester. We're gonna be bigger. We're gonna be better than ever.
We got training camp.
We got training camp,
Training
mini
camp.
camps, OTAs, all that. We're gonna come back, start that regular season. We'll be back. Baseball be winding down, hitting the postseason. The NFL is gonna be starting up, so definitely expect a lot of things to be going on. Of course, we're moving to the A10, so.
I'll be hitting the gym, that's for sure.
Represent soccer team. Woo-woo!
They ain't ready for Lindsay.
Got that senior campaign. That's all that matters, man.
Yeah.
Gotta get that win.
We hope you enjoyed all of us for my ab crunches throughout the semester.
To my freezes.
To Lindsay's wonderful insights. We can't top that. Shows us up. Thank you, Lindsay.
Yes.
Yeah.
To the Monte's antics. And of
You
course,
can't stop laughing.
want to thank Jake. Thank you, Jake,
Yep.
making this possible.
Jake. Hey, Pat Carroll.
Pat Carroll definitely helping us get this started. Shout out to Tyler helping us out. Matt, tech guy.
Matt Newman.
Definitely have to shout out Andre, who cannot be here tonight. Andre, good luck. Andre, you're going to be graduating. Congratulations, man. Best of luck in everything you do. You got to stop by and visit us again and give us a special appearance, man. Grace us with your presence as only you can.
Ruben's finest.
Thankfully, all of us are not graduating though. So
We'll be back.
Stay tuned.
The whole crew's
Next
together.
year. Yay!
You can see our beautiful faces. Any shout outs? You guys want to shout out anybody?
I want to shout out to Pookie and all them. Cuckoo, PP.
All right, never mind.
No, but seriously. Shout out to my mom and dad. Y'all been some loyal fans. I want to shout out my floor, 5th floor, Eastern Shore. Y'all been very loyal. Alexa, Kim, and all them. I'll just throw y'all out there.
All right, that's it.
Yeah.
All right, moving on. You guys have
My
shout outs?
grandma.
We don't got all night. We don't got all day. All right.
Yeah, obviously my family. Thanks guys so much for supporting me. You know, it's tough being a girl out here in the boys' world. So,
Hey, you're doing well. You're doing your thing.
thanks to all of them and to my roommates for putting up with me, and to my team, of course, always team before everything.
I'd like to say thank you to my parents. Say thank you to all you guys that supported us throughout the semester to make this possible, to make us do what we do, enjoyable, to bring this to you guys, and to continue to stick around. And thank you just for supporting us throughout the semester. And we'll come back better, make sure that we entertain you the best way we can going forward.
Don't forget TT.
I'd like to thank my parents and family as well. Going off of all you guys, you know, they've been tremendous support. I'm gonna miss you guys during the summer because I won't be going back to Jersey. I'll be here in Virginia.
Woo! VA.
But also want to thank everyone here and everyone that we've already shouted out that's helped with the crew and you know, really getting this together this semester. It's started from a simple idea and here we are now with the last episode of the semester and I feel like it's been fairly successful. So
Nice.
Thanks to you guys.
Keep supporting us. We're gonna hopefully try to do some things over the summer here and there, some little funny things. Once again, thank you, George Mason University, for joining us always week after week inside the press box. I'm Vanda Bernard.
I'm Perry Buckley.
Lindsay Hokinson.
And I'm DeMonte Shaw.
And as always, George Mason, press on, press on. You know, we started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Woo! Hey! Hey!
Oh boy.
I really thought you were going to come and tackle me.
What? Go back in, Matt. Go back in.
I just read!